I like candy. Huh? Oh, what time is it? Oh, I was just taking a nap. Is this recording? Well, my name is Tim Jones, and welcome to another episode of This Is Whatever. The View from the Bleachers, that's right. I'd like to talk this week about the joy of sleeping. And I'll do that on the other side. But first, I need to catch a few more Z's. I almost overslept. Anyway, hi, welcome back. This is, I think I'm Tim Jones. Any event, this week I'd like to talk to you about the joy of sleeping. Anyways, if you ask me, the three of the greatest pleasures in life are relaxing poolside in a sunny hotel in a tropical location, eating chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, and sleeping. And when my number is up, I hope to go out napping on a chaise lounge in Hawaii with an empty quart of cookie dough ice cream on my lap. Seriously, is there anything more blissful in the entire world than napping on a rainy afternoon? Just ask my friend here. He gets it. He knows what I'm talking about, don't you, buddy? Oh, sure. I hear you thinking, you don't want to waste your life sleeping the day away, do you? To which I say, of course I do. I recently read an article that said on average, human beings spend 33% of their time sleeping. I estimate that I spend closer to 38%, but then I've always been a bit of an overachiever. I would have read the rest of that article, but, well, I fell asleep after the fourth paragraph, so I really don't know what else it had to say. You know the kind of people that I can't stand? People like this guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. He gets up at 4:30 in the morning every day, even on weekends. He works out at the beach or in the gym for an hour before zipping through the entire New York Times crossword puzzle while making a kale and kelp milkshake for breakfast before heading to the office to get to work by 7 a.m. where he can find a cure for cancer, probably based on a patented breakthrough formula he figured out using kale and kelp. I don't know. To be honest, for several decades, I kind of used to be that guy, except for the kale and kelp shakes, that is. Forget about that. But now that I'm retired, I realize that for all those decades, my priorities were seriously out of whack. Lately, I've discovered the joy of sleeping in. Oh, I still wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and now I pass the next 2 hours just lolling around in bed, patting my cat or my teddy bear, Sparkles. How you doing, buddy? And I stay there for as long as I can until my grape-sized bladder gives out. I love sleeping. It's that tranquil period between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. when I don't have to wash dishes, do laundry, clean the basement, pay bills, or listen to my wife complain about how much time I waste lying in bed all morning. Folks have long debated about the greatest invention of the last century. I hear them. Some argue that it was the automobile. Others say it had to be the television, or computers, or the internet, or the Roomba. But they're all wrong. The winner, hands down, is the recliner. I'm not a very religious person, although I worship at St. Mattress of the Springs every Sunday morning. But if I had to pick a god, I'd probably choose whoever came up with the lazy boy sleeper sofa. Yeah. Given how wonderful it is to lay one's head upon a downy pillow and drift off to the land of Nod, it just mystifies me that toddlers make such a fuss about bedtime. Their ear-piercing screams as they attempt to escape from their bedtime prison make it sound like they've been sentenced to a torture session on the rack. They resist with all their might, attempting to stave off one of the greatest joys of life. There are many theories to explain this confounding behavior among toddlers and infants, but as a professional sleep expert, I can tell you they're all bunk. The truth is simple. Toddlers are idiots. I mean, look at these two chuckleheads. Their parents must be so proud. Anyway, that reminds me. Whoever came up with the phrase sleeping like a baby clearly never had a baby. Babies sleep on average 20 minutes before wailing at the top of their lungs, demanding that you pick them up, or you feed them, or bounce them, or change their diaper, or let them lick the remote. Babies are some of the stupidest people you're ever going to meet, and I should know. I used to be one. My wife says that dozing during the day is a complete waste of time. She'll say, "Tim, it's gorgeous outside. Let's go for a hike." Or maybe kayaking. And I say, well, whenever they invent a kayak with a built-in recliner and a blankie, you give me a shout, okay? On our recent Italian vacation, she relished walking for hours on end through medieval cathedrals, Roman ruins, and cavernous art museums. The highlight of my Roman holiday? Arriving back at our hotel room, kicking off my shoes, and just crashing. In fact, I would have gladly foregone the ancient ruins, museums, and medieval churches if it meant I could have had a little more nap time. Speaking of going to church, I have found that church can actually be a wonderful place to catch a short nap. Check out this fellow applying this technique quite successfully. Just clasp your hands in a prayerful pose and close your eyes during the sermon. Everybody around you is going to be so impressed by how pious you appear to be. But I wouldn't recommend this technique, however, if you're a heavy snorer. I'm just saying. Americans especially do not understand the importance of sleep, but Mexicans get it. It's called a siesta, and down there, I'm pretty sure that taking a siesta is enforceable by law. They take it very seriously. For example, this is an actual photo of Mexicans obeying the law. Actually, I believe they're undercover cops, and you want to know how I know? Because they're all sleeping under the covers. Get it? Get it, Sparkles? Okay, forget about it. I'm not very funny in the morning. You know, a recent study showed that a daily cat nap of just an hour adds, on average, 2 years to people's lives. Interestingly, it's believed that they spend most of those 2 years sleeping. So if you ask me, that's a double bonus. Well, I have the good fortune of being a sound sleeper, but the same cannot be said for my wife. Many mornings she'll exclaim, "Wow, did you hear that thunderstorm last night?" Of course not. A freight train could have derailed just outside our bedroom, the sirens of the fire trucks racing to the scene, and I would have slept through the entire thing like a hibernating bear. Some people might say too much sleep is not healthy for you, but that's crazy. But okay. I'll consider the possibility that I spend too much time napping, but before I make up my mind about that, I think I'll have to sleep on it. Anyways, that's the view from the bleachers. I'm Tim Jones. Well, I've been lying here for the past 10 hours, and my wife has been up for the past 2, so I probably should get up and go help her out in the yard. She asked me to help take charge of the weeding and the mowing and the raking. You know, as a caring husband, I plan to get on all of those things right after I set my snooze alarm for 30 more minutes. See you later. Nighty-night.